that's a good way to begin a book, I think. Oh, many, many years ago, as calculated by man, but was only yesterday in the calendar of heaven, there was in paradise a most miserable, most unhappy, and utterly dejected cherub who was known throughout heaven as the Littlest Angel. He was exactly 4 years, 6 months, 5 days, 7 hours, and 42 minutes of age when he presented himself to the venerable gatekeeper and waited for admittance into the glorious kingdom of God. Standing defiantly, the little angel tried to pretend that he wasn't all impressed by such unearthly splendor, and that he wasn't all afraid, but he bit his lower lip and trembled. A tear disgraced him, making a new furrow down his already tear-streaked face, coming to the end of his small freckled nose. But that wasn't all. While the kindly gatekeeper was entering the name in the book, the little angel, having left home, as usual, without a handkerchief, endeavored to hide the telltale evidence by snuffing. Most unangelic sounds, which so unnerved the gatekeeper that he did something he had never done before in all of eternity. He had to blot the page. Well, from that moment on, the heavenly peace was never quite the same. The little angel soon became the despair of all the heavenly host. His shrill, ear-splitting whistle resounding at all hours in the golden streets. It started the patriarch prophets to disturb their meditation, and on top of that, he inevitably sang off-key in singing practice of the heavenly choir, spoiling the ethereal effect. And being so small, it seemed to take him just twice as long as anyone else to get through his nightly prayers. And the little angel always arrived late, always knocked everyone's wings askew as he darted into place. Although these flaws of behavior might have been overlooked, the general appearance of the little angel was even more disreputable than his deportment. It was first whispered among the seraphim and cherubim, and then just said aloud among the angels and archangels that he didn't even look like an angel. Sing with the choir. And they were all correct. He didn't. His halo was permanently tarnished, where he held onto it with one hot little chubby hand. When he ran, he was always running. Furthermore, even when he stood still, he never behaved as a halo should. He was always slipping down over his right eye, over his left eye, or else, just for pure meanness, slipping off the back of his head and rolling down the golden street, so he'd have to chase after it. Yes, and it must be recorded that his wings were neither useful nor ornamental. All paradise held his breath when the little angel perched himself like an unhappy fledgling sparrow on the edge of a gilded cloud and prepared to take off. He would teeter this way and that way, and after much coaxing and a few false starts, he would shut both his eyes, hold his freckled nose, count to 303, and then hurl himself slowly into space. However, owing to the regrettable fact that he always forgot to move his wings, the little angel always fell head over halo. It was also reported and never denied that whenever he was nervous, which was most of the time, he bit his wingtips. Now, anyone can easily understand why the little angel would, sooner or later, have to be disciplined. And so, on an eternal day of an eternal month in the year eternal, he was directed to present his small self before the angel of peace. So the little angel combed his hair, dusted his wings, scrambled into an almost clean garment, and then, with heavy heart, trudged his way to the place of judgment. He tried to postpone the dreaded ordeal by loitering along the street of the guardian angels, pausing a few timeless moments to minutely inspect a long list of new arrivals, although all of heaven knew that he couldn't read a word, and he idled more than several immortal moments to carefully examine a display of harps, although everyone in the celestial city knew he couldn't even play a note. But at length, and at last, he slowly approached the doorway, which surmounted by a pair of golden scales, signifying he was in the heavenly justice place. In the little angel's great surprise, he heard a merry voice singing within. So the little angel removed his halo, breathed out heavily, polished it with his robe, a procedure which added nothing to the already tidy appearance, and tiptoed in. The singer, who was known as the understanding angel, looked down at the small culprit, and the little angel instantly tried to make himself invisible by the ingenious process of withdrawing his head into his robe, much like a snapping turtle. At that, the singer laughed, a jolly, heartwarming sound that says, "Oh, so you're the one everybody in heaven is talking about. You're the one who makes heaven so unheavenly. Well, come here, cherub, and tell me all about it." And the little angel ventured a look. First one eye, then another. Suddenly, before he knew it, he was standing close to the understanding angel and explaining how difficult it was for a boy who suddenly finds himself transformed into an angel. Yes and no. Well, the archangel said, what about the Golden Gate experience? He says, I only swung on it once. Well, twice. Okay, I swung on the Golden Gates 3 times, but that was just for something to do. That's the whole trouble here. There's nothing to do for a small angel, and I'm very homesick. It's not that paradise wasn't beautiful, but the earth was beautiful too. Wasn't it created by God himself? There were trees to climb and brooks to fish, caves to play in, and pirate chief, and swimming holes, and sun, rain, and dark, and dawn, and thick brown dust so soft and warm beneath your feet. The understanding angel smiled, and in his eyes was a long-forgotten memory of another boy from long ago. Then he asked the littlest angel, what would make you most happy in paradise? And the cherub thought for a moment, and he whispered in his ear. He says, there's a box. I left it under my bed back home. If I could only have that box. The understanding angel nodded his head. You shall have it. And a fleet-winged heavenly messenger was instantly dispatched to bring the box to paradise. And then, in the timeless days that followed, everyone wondered the great change of the littlest angel. For among the cherubs of God's kingdom, now he was the most happy. His conduct was above the slightest reproach. His appearance was, well, anything anybody could wish for. He even flew like an angel. And then it came to pass, one day the news came out. Jesus, the Son of God, was to be born of Mary in Bethlehem in Judea, and the glorious tidings spread throughout all paradise. All the angels rejoiced, and their voices were lifted to herald the miracle of all miracles, the coming of the Christ child. So the angels and archangels, the seraphim, the cherubim, the gatekeeper, the wing maker, even the halo smith, they all put aside their usual tasks to prepare a special gift for the blessed infant. All but the littlest angel, he sat down on top of the topmost step of the golden stairs, anxiously waiting for inspiration. What could he give? What could he give to be acceptable to the Son of God? He thought, well, at one time he dreamed of composing a hymn, but he was woefully wanting in musical talent. Then he was tremendously excited over writing a prayer that would live forever in the hearts of men, because it would be the first prayer ever heard by the Christ child. But the littlest angel was lacking in literary skill. What could a small angel give that could please the holy infant? The time of the miracle was getting close at hand, and the littlest angel had last decided on a gift. Then, on the day of days, he proudly brought from his hiding place, behind the cloud, and humbly, with downcast eyes, placed it before the throne of God. This small, rough, unsightly box. But inside were wonderful things that even a child would treasure. A small, rough, unsightly box lying among the other glorious gifts of the angels of paradise, gifts so rare and radiant, splendor with beauty in heaven, that all the universe was lighted by the mere reflection of their glory. And then when the littlest angel saw this, he suddenly knew that his gift to the Christ child was irreverent. He wished that it might be gone, that he might reclaim his shabby gift. It was ugly, it was worthless, if he could only hide it away from the sight of God before it was noticed. But it was too late. The hand of God moved slowly over all the gifts, the bright shining gifts that had paused and dropped, and came to rest on the lowly gift of the littlest angel. The littlest angel trembled as the box was opened, and there before the eyes of God and all the heavenly hosts, what was offered to the Christ child. What was his gift to the blessed infant? Well, there was a butterfly with golden wings, captured one bright summer day in the hills above Jerusalem. There was a sky blue egg from a bird's nest in an olive tree that stood to shade his mother's kitchen door. There were 2 white stones found in a muddy riverbank when he and his friends played like brown beavers, and at the bottom of the box was a limp, tooth-marked leather strap once worn as a collar by his mongrel dog, who had died as he had lived in absolute love and infinite devotion. The littlest angel wept hot, bitter tears, for now he knew instead of honoring the Son of God, he had dishonored him. Why had he ever thought that box was wonderful? Why had he even dreamed that such a utterly useless thing would be loved by the holy infant? In frantic terror, he turned to run and hide from the divine wrath of the Heavenly Father, but he stumbled and fell right at the heavenly throne. There was a ominous and dreadful silence in the city, a silence so complete that it disturbed everyone, and everyone could hear the sobbing of the littlest angel. Then suddenly, the voice of God, like divine music, rose and swelled throughout paradise, and the voice of God spoke, saying, "Of all the gifts of all the angels, I find this small box pleases me most, and its contents are of earth and men, and my Son is to be born to be king of both. These are the things my Son will know and love and cherish, and then regretfully leave behind when his task is done. I accept this gift in the name of the child, Jesus, born of Mary, tonight in Bethlehem." Then there was a breathless pause, and then the rough, unsightly box of the littlest angel began to glow with a bright, unearthly light. The light became a lustrous flame, and the flame became a radiant brilliance that blinded the eyes of all the angels, except for the littlest angel, who saw it rise from its place before the throne of God. And then he and only he watched it arch away from heaven, shed its clear white, beckoning light over a stable where the child was born. And there it shone on that night of miracles. Its light was reflected down the centuries, deep in the heart of all mankind. Yet earthly eyes, too, were blinded by its splendor. No one ever could know the lowly gift of the littlest angel was what all men would call forever the shining star.